My lovely Sagittarius. How are you? How are you really? So, this is your general reading for the month of August. This is advice, intuitive guidance, and what you can expect for the month of August 2022. Okay? I pray that all is well with you guys, and I pray that August is a very beautiful and productive month for you. Okay? Out of all the readings that I did a minute ago and throughout the day, y'all's was the only reading that I actually am sitting down for. Okay? So, Sagittarius in the month of August, some of y'all might need to take a seat. Okay? I felt the need to sit down. Okay? So, we're going to see what we have for you guys, what advice we have, okay? What messages come through for you guys, and what you can expect, okay? Okay, right off the muscle. Two of Cups in reverse. Okay. What else do we have for my lovely Sagittariuses? Okay, right off the muscle, I can say you guys try your hardest not to force anything. Okay, if people don't want to be your friends, if they don't want to be around, if they don't want to put in the same effort as you, oh well, let it be. It is what it is. Okay, we have the Death card. Okay, putting an end to anything that does not serve you. Okay, ending situations or relations and connections with people where you're putting in most of the effort. Okay. Now we have the Two of Wands in reverse. We also have the Chariot. Okay. We also have the Page of Pentacles. Okay. Y'all actually have a lot of cards compared to the other signs. Okay. We have the Knight of Pentacles in reverse. We have the Seven of Cups in reverse. And we also have this Hermit card, and it's in reverse. Whew. So, Sagittarius, okay? Y'all's reading is actually going to go really deep. I already see it, okay? So, I'm glad that I sat down. Y'all might need to sit down, okay? So, the first thing that came to my mind, Sagittarius, was abandonment issues, which I think at some point in time in all of our lives we have been through it, okay? Because you have here the Two of Cups in reverse, okay, which is letting me know that you are or you were dealing with people who were not on the same page as you, not putting in the same effort as you, not really basically being on the same page as you. You could have been dealing with people or a person who was like not ready for what you're ready for, like not committal, things of that nature. People not wanting to work with you. Okay. Now, with this death card, it's like you're being called to put an end to situations that don't serve you or connections to where people are not investing as much as you. Okay. But we have the Seven of Cups in reverse. Also, we have the Chariot here, and we also have the Two of Wands in reverse, which is letting me know, Sagittarius, is I almost called you a Capricorn, okay? So you could actually be dealing with a Capricorn in the month of August or have Capricorn in your charts. But it's letting me know with those cards paired up like that is that you may have found that you put in more than other people. Okay, it's like you know for sure you want to be these people's friends, but it's like in their mind they're just like, I don't know if I want to kick it with you, things of that nature. Or you knowing that you want people to be in your life, but it's like they're confused as to if they want to be in yours or not. Okay, it looks like you showed up for connections where you were authentic, you were there, you were ready, but other people they may have been like very flaky with you. Okay, and it's like you're being called in the month of August to really analyze and sit to yourself, like literally sit down, because y'all are the only ones who I actually sat down for. But you're really being called in the month of August, Sagittarius, to sit down for a second to yourself and really analyze who in your life put in as much energy as you do. Who in your life cares as much as you do? Who in your life calls you as much as you call them? Who texts as much as you text? okay, who puts forth as much energy as you do, who commits how you do, okay? And the people who don't, Sagittarius, who are not on the same page as you, it's like you're being called to get away from those people at least until they can come with the same energy as you. Okay, because with this harmony in reverse, this actually speaks of loneliness and not wanting to sit to ourselves and constantly being around people, constantly being in connections, or constantly being on the go, wanting to avoid sitting to ourselves. And a lot of times when we do that, it's because we don't want to face certain things about ourselves, or we don't want to be alone, which I think we all have been in that phase. I myself, I did go through this phase. Um, it's like as soon as I turned 13, I was never single, you know. It's like I always dealt with people. I was always with somebody, and it wasn't until now where I actually can say I'm my own person. I have my own separate life. You know, my bills, they get paid. I pay them. Like, I can honestly say I am me now. But at first, I didn't want it to just be me. I wanted somebody here with me. You know, I always felt the need to be in a relationship or be around people, you know. And because I was coming from an empty cup, you know, I actually did a video about that, which you guys should really check out. I forgot what it was called, though. Um, I think it was finding and grounding ourselves, finding and becoming grounded in ourselves. In another video, um, when we don't like what's being served. That's the video that I'm really talking about, okay? But when we are coming from an empty cup, Sagittarius, meaning when we feel like we lack love, when we lack company, when we lack, you know, attention and care and nurturing, when we're coming from that place, we don't care who comes to fill that cup, whether this person is an abuser, whether they don't fill it the right way, whether they're feeding us or filling our cup with things that we don't really drink. It's like when we're coming from an empty cup, we don't care, you know? And it's like the goal in this lifetime is to fill our cup so full that we arrive to the table already full. We already are satisfied. We are content. To where if we don't like what's being served, Sagittarius, if we don't like how people are treating us, if we don't like that they're not committing, if we don't like that they're not putting in as much effort as we are, we can politely back away from that table and say, no, thank you. I don't like what's being served here, so I'm just going to go somewhere else. Okay? But Sagittarius, when for us to actually fill that cup, Sagittarius, we have to sit to ourselves long enough to do that. Long enough to realize, like, hey, my cup is actually empty. You know, the only way we can discover if our cup is empty or full is if we sit down long enough to see it. Okay? But, you know, and honestly, Sagittarius, if you don't put an end to what's not meant for you and who's not meant to be in your life, actually the universe will orchestrate it to where they would put an end to it, okay? But it's like the main goal of the universe right here is to get you to sit down long enough to really pay attention to yourself, how you feel, pay attention to your cup, and you know if it's full or not, okay? Because we have here this Page of Pentacles. And the Page of Pentacles is about establishing things, sorry y'all, and taking a step forward, okay, new chapters, embarking on new journeys. But Sagittarius, it looks like this whole time, this Page of Pentacles that you've been wanting to achieve, this foundation that you have been wanting to achieve, it has always been tied to another person, or it has always been tied to people instead of you wanting to build this foundation by yourself. You know, and once again, I think we all have been here. I myself, I always vision my life with somebody. I never really saw myself as single. I never saw myself as being able to be single and happy. I always compare my happiness with another person, you know. But then I realized that on down the line, like me being with a person, this is not bringing me all the happiness that it's supposed to. I thought it was supposed to make me happy. I thought being in this relationship or this marriage or having all these friends was supposed to make me happy, but it didn't, Sagittarius. So that proves to me that my happiness, it is impossible for it to come from other people or other things. You know, from time to time, people can come around and lift our spirits up. Okay, yeah, you know, that's normal. But Sagittarius, if we are basing our foundation, our identity on having somebody or having friends, things of that nature, if we feel like we absolutely have to have these things in people, and if we're tolerating anything just to say we have these things in people, that's whenever we know that we're coming from a place of desperation, a place of lack, a place of inadequacy, a place of emptiness. And it's our job to fill that void. But for us to even know that that void is here, Sagittarius, we have to sit to ourselves, okay? And for us to sit to ourselves, we have to make that decision, you know. And if we can't make that decision for ourselves, that's why this death card comes in here, Sagittarius. This speaks of ending, okay? Some of you Sagittarius in the month of August, you can expect there to be endings, and they will be actually good endings, okay? These endings will allow you to have a brand new beginning with yourself. Okay? Because notice with this Page of Pentacles, okay, she's balancing on just one leg, meaning that this is a single type of foundation. This is a single chapter. Okay, there's nobody here holding her hand. There's nobody here helping her to stand on her other leg. It's just her, Sagittarius. And it's kind of like in the month of August, you're being called to grow comfortable with standing on your own 2 feet. You're being called to grow comfortable with being in your own company and knowing that you are whole and complete by yourself. And to know that you can establish a legacy and leave a great empire behind by yourself. This is the month of realizing how much you can accomplish alone. This is the month of realizing that I don't need these groups of friends. I don't need this person to be happy. I don't need this person to, you know, support me or provide for me. Like, I can do this myself. This is the month of building your own confidence, Sagittarius. Okay? This is the month of realizing your worth and realizing your value apart, you know, and separate from anything and anybody else in your life. Okay? But for you to realize your own worth, for you to realize what you are capable of by yourself, you would have to be by yourself. Okay? I could be talking to some Sagittariuses who you're in a connection with somebody who they're not even really on the same page as you, Sagittarius. You know, and I think we've all been in this situation to where we so badly want somebody there that we're willing to put up with it. We're willing, you know, just as long as we're not alone. So I would just say, Sagittarius, you're not alone because I myself, I used to go through that. 13 years old all the way up to um, like 20. Well, really, okay, I'm 21 now, and like I'm really just now learning that my happiness is not supposed to come from anybody outside of me. I'm just now reaching this place of stillness by myself. I used to place my happiness and my joy in the arms of another person, but now I done got to the point to where when I think about people and relationships and marriage, I think that ain't gonna do nothing but add stress to my life. Like I used to view it as that'll add happiness to me, but now I just see it as that's a whole nother responsibility. You know, that's like a good type of flex, Sagittarius. And we can look at relationships as an option where, like, do I want to be stressed out or no? Instead of, Like I absolutely need this person. They're my everything. They're my happiness. So, yeah, this is a month of really building that solid foundation with yourself, Sagittarius, and knowing that you are whole on your own. You are good enough by yourself. You are capable of making yourself happy. You are capable of, you know, building a foundation with yourself. You're very capable. And with this Knight of Pentacles in reverse, Sagittarius, some of you could actually be so eager to be with people, around people in a relationship or marriage or to maintain it that you're neglecting yourself, your finances, and everything else in the process. And just know you're not alone. We've all been there. We've all done that. You know, we want to be loved. We want to be seen, welcomed, and heard and loved. But for that to happen, we have to first do that for ourselves, Sagittarius. How can a person love us and embrace us and welcome us in if we absolutely hate sitting to ourselves? How can we be a good company to anybody else if we can't even stand our own company? Like, I hate being with myself, but I want somebody else to enjoy being around me, you know? So I'm going to pull a likely outcome for you guys so I can make sure that this video doesn't linger out for too long, okay? But this is the month, Sagittarius, of growing comfortable with your own company. This is the month of independence. This is a month of self-appreciation, self-love, self-care, pampering yourself, spending time with yourself, enjoying yourself, getting to know yourself, okay? Growing so comfortable with yourself that when you think about having a partner, it stresses you out. Instead of making you happy and give you a life purpose, like, yay, I get to be in a relationship or marriage, this person is my world. It's like you start to look at them like, do I want to be stressed out or not? Do I really want to, do I got space in my life for this person? Start to get bougie. You get real bougie. When we get bougie and our cup is full, we start being more selective with who we want to spend our time with, you know? Because when we bougie, we could get to decide on if we like the food that's being served or not, or if we like the juice that's being served. Cup be so full, I'm like, no, I don't drink that type of wine. I just like this one. That's the only one I like. Oh, you don't serve that? Okay, bye. We don't have to sit and accept this, but if we're coming from an empty cup, we just sit there and take it. We sit there and drink stuff that we allergic to, food that we allergic to, throat be all swole. Okay, that's from a place of lack, desperation. When our cup is empty. Okay, so likely outcome, we have the Four of Wands. Okay, this is about celebrations, and a lot of times when people see the Four of Wands, they think marriage. And honestly, Sagittarius, this marriage is really with yourself. Okay, the celebration is with yourself. Finding that joy, peace, and joining your own company by yourself, knowing that you are whole by yourself, okay? Once you grow to enjoy your own company, the next person can enjoy you. Once you learn to love you, the next person can love you, okay? We also have the Page of Swords. I really like to see that, okay? Because this is about her learning, okay? She's taking the information that she learned and it's causing her to be able to move forward in life, okay? So this foundation that you're wanting to have, this new beginning, you're going to be working towards that, Sagittarius. I see that you will be enjoying your company a whole lot more, finding things about you that you find beautiful, and really making a commitment to yourself, to build with yourself, to love yourself, you know. Because you have to love you first, Sagittarius, before anybody else can. You have to appreciate yourself first, okay? And this page of swords is about learning. And a lot of you in the month of August, you'll be learning about self-love, putting yourself first, self-appreciation, self-care, okay? Because if you don't love you, Sagittarius, how can you expect anybody else to? If you don't enjoy your company, you hate being with you alone, how can anybody else enjoy you? You got to find the things about you that are fascinating, you know, to where the next person, you can share that with them, you know. So this is a month of self-discovery, self-love, self-care, self-appreciation. Okay, standing on your own 2 feet by yourself, standing your own ground, filling your own cup. To where when you pull up to the table to somebody, whether it's friends, family, relationship, marriage, if you don't like what's being served, even on a job, if you don't like what's being served, if it's not aligned with you, you can just get up from the table and like, look, I thank you, okay, but no thank you. Okay, thank you, but no thank you. Okay. All right. I'll go ahead and let you guys go, Sagittarius. I pray that this was a really big help to you guys in the month of August. And just know you got it and you are whole by yourself. Okay? All right. Until next time, toodles! Hey, y'all got the longest video out of everybody.